So I'll be able to do something with it. Marla and I just finished recording the next week's episode of Something Positive for Positive People. We talked about sex down south. We talked about the intersection of pleasure and safety.
Laid back.
No, we can chill now. We understand rights and everything get picked up. And then the last little bit was really about kink as a treatment, not the treatment for trauma. Oh, I got my flash on, so y'all will be able to see me real good now. And yeah, it was a really great and engaging podcast episode. Thank you so much for working through the difficulties of meeting me outside the podcast. I'm mad about
the
this.
Studio.
I'm mad,
that was kind of a trip. I was kind of like, wait, what happened?
Well, you got to see more of Portland.
That's true.
And we know where your barber's gonna be.
Yes. Studio 69.
Oh, it's next to it. So it's a barber and then the salon's right next to it.
Okay.
That's what you saw. But no, this was good. I appreciate you coming out and being willing to share with me. How was the recording experience for you?
It was great. I love to see your home. Like, I feel like I don't get to meet a lot of, like, everybody I meet is always out, as far as like us, like, educators and stuff are out and about. And I'm like, I only get to like spend time and like the people that I like, my good friends, who are educators. Like, I've been in Luna's home or Jess or, or Jasmine and King and, but I'm like, I'm like, this is nice. I like it here.
Yeah.
Portland. I didn't know you were, well, first of all, I was like, I didn't even know you were in Portland. So I was like, I don't know where I thought you were, but I was like, I didn't know you were in Portland, know?
Yeah. People assume, because I'm in New York a lot and I'm in San Diego a lot. So like people are like, oh, I didn't know you were. I'm from St. Louis. I was starting to tell you this, but I moved back to St. Louis like 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. I was homesick. And I got there. I was there for 3 months.
You weren't homesick no more.
Yeah, I stopped being homesick like 6 weeks in.
I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, this was enough for me. And fortunately,
your downtown is dead too. It seemed like
St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, when I went last, I don't know about it anymore.
Yeah, it's just like, I think a lot of downtowns just died in 2020. Like 2020 carryover. Things just kind of got a little bit out of hand. They look like malls. They look like malls look now. It's kind of the best way that I can put it. But
I don't go in malls. I have no idea.
You never went to malls? Oh, malls.
No.
Yeah.
I don't go to malls. Like, I just don't go.
Nah. It just looks like the inside of malls now look like how the outside of like downtown St. Louis looks. Where some stores are open, so you might not be sure. Yeah, it's like that.
That's sad.
It's okay.
Well, it's just online shopping.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
You know what? And I just discovered online shopping.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? My shit is on subscribe.
I bought
my laundry detergent, everything, all household things.
I used to
I don't even shop no more.
I used to carry this stuff because I ain't got no car here. I take public transportation.
Yeah.
I carry a bunch of stuff. And I was like, hold on, why don't I just order toilet paper on?
That's why you got these muscles, huh?
I thought you were talking about this shirt. That's where the shirt came from. I've been
carrying all your stuff.
I've been sending shit back. I've been doing all types of online shopping. But yeah, I moved back here 2 weeks ago. I got back here on September 21st.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I found out you were here, I was like, oh, because we were gonna do the recording over Zoom. This worked out better.
Yeah.
So, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I'm an in-person person, so
same.
When people like, especially if you came to my talk and I'm like, oh, if I'm doing a podcast and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing no pre-meeting.
I took notes.
I'm not doing no, you got an hour max with me. I'm not, like, I just learned my lessons from all the other things. Look, I just did a pre-meeting with a couple of my friends who are like starting a podcast.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, you gotta say no names.
I'm so annoyed because that podcast still hasn't happened, still hasn't launched, still hasn't done nothing. So, I feel some type of way because I'm like, I just wasted my time.
And this was for people, these your people.
Yeah. And I'm trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, normally I don't do this.
Yeah. I had like a dozen people who were like, yeah, I want to start a podcast and we'll have a conversation and they'll take notes and
they'll be like, no.
Where's this podcast at? So I think.
Do you edit and cut everything or produce? Produce?
I do everything.
Wow.
But I've gotten to a point where, so I used to say and so a lot early in the podcast. Those first maybe 20 episodes, I was editing those words a lot.
Dang.
And I said, I'm not doing this shit no more. I got real good at not saying those things.
Yeah.
Then I started noticing it in other people. So I would only edit other people to where they would sound, because when you do those likes and ums, it sort of discredits you a little bit. And these are people who are talking about like expert things. And so I would edit those. And then it got to a point where I'm putting a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
And the return isn't all that great. So I just had to become a better question asker and start to, because a lot of the people too that I interview have never been on a podcast before, never done any public speaking. So I'm talking to them and I have to get them comfortable with just talking to me like they're talking to a friend.
Yeah.
And the jitters go away and these make for smooth conversations. The only thing I edit out now, or if someone says a name, or if they say where they are or their own name. So when I said her own name like 3 times, I just had to cut that out. That takes me 10 minutes. So yeah, it's nice to be at this point because I've been doing it for 7 years now.
I can't believe you do that. Because I was like, I need someone to produce my pod. I want to do a
podcast,
sex and business podcast. Yeah, that's why I was like, I need a producer because I'm not doing that shit.
Yes.
It's hard. I know. I told you I started a podcast in 2014. I was like, never again. But now I'm like, I need to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is doing it. I think there was like one other podcast, and I was like, no, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. I guess that's 7 years you've been doing this. Wow. That's a long time.
I didn't expect for it to be this much. I thought I'd probably find one person a month to interview. I thought it was going to be a monthly podcast. There were days I was in New York. I had 4 in-person interviews in different parts of New York.
Wow.
I was so exhausted. And one of them was with Justine Fontaine.
Oh, yeah.
She was the last one of the day. I don't know how I made it through that. And I was just like, I think I might have been falling asleep.
Why did you do that to yourself?
It was the only way to get it done. So I interviewed someone early in the day, like 11 a.m. was the first one. We talked about healthcare, queer healthcare. The second one was a trans therapist that I know, and we were talking about like that component. And then there was a Hispanic woman who came to the trans person's house, and then we all like got dinner together afterwards. So this worked out beautifully. Justine happened to live like 1.5 miles north of there.
Wow.
So I was able to shoot up to
I can't wait to meet her.
Yes, she is amazing. She baked. And we had some bourbon while we recorded.
Nice.
And it turned out to be a great podcast episode.
I bet.
I was dying. I was sitting there.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I was like tugging in my hair to stay awake. I'll do this thing.
Tug in your hair.
Stay up. But yeah, how's it look?
Wow. Still waiting.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Am I okay to wait here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't doing nothing.
You'd be like, okay, you need to get your ass out here. I'm like, I got real comfortable. I put my stuff in your fridge. I'm like, I'm just, whatever. I think because I expect that too at my house, like if you came over to my house, I would expect you to like make yourself comfortable. Yeah, make yourself at home. Like, this is your home now. Like, and people do, like when I was in Atlanta, people used to just walk in my front door.
That's some Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
I got here and like I seen that people leave their doors unlocked. I'm like, whoa, where is that? It's like, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that there.
I mean, you probably couldn't do that in my neighborhood, but But I think everybody knew me, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so, like, I did have, like, next door neighbor from hell, but other than that, you know, people used to just walk in my house, and I used to just, you know, I used to have impromptu parties, random.
Nice.
Now I have a baby, I can't do that no more.
Oh, how old is your baby?
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. And then you travel with your baby too.
All the time.
How
He's
is
here.
that? So how's doing this work and managing a family?
Difficult.
And having the personal life you have. Because I guess I don't have any sort of framework for what a non-monogamous family looks like outside of cheating. Everybody cheating, but everybody acting like they don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's really all I got. So talk me through that.
Well, yeah. Well, me and my wife are monogamish, and so and simply what that is like we are emotionally monogamous, and so when I go out, or if I hang out or whatever, I can do whatever I want to do. It's sort of like you live your life how you want to live your life, and that's just how it's done. So with as far as my child, though, like if I'm out and about, my child is definitely not out with me at night, or but if I'm traveling, my mom is generally, I fly my mom out to wherever I'm at. And so
my mom would love that lifestyle.
Yeah, well, my mom does love it. She's like, free flight, free food. I get to see my grandbaby, like she's just like, yeah, I'm good, So it's been good. And what's been great is that I think I talk about this at the talk, is just like, I just kind of put that like kind of on my radar now. So if people want to hire me, they also know that I'm the primary caregiver for my child, and that they need to pay for my child too to come out. So because part of that expense is going to be having to get my mom out and take care of him. So yeah, that's like, it's but it is difficult. It's not easy, I would say, because I love my job. I love what I do. I love this. And I love my family, and there's, you just have to like pocket corners of time together. You know what I mean? Like, I think we went to a drag brunch on Sunday, which was great. So it was like, me and my wife and my child and my best friend and her long-term girlfriend, like we all went to like a drag brunch and like hang out and had fun. But you just find the time. We're going to, we make purposeful dates. Yeah. Like I have we have a date next week going to like the erotic, I don't know if you've heard of this soiree thing. They have them like around the country, but I like, of course I'm going to do erotic shows. We rotate, you know what I mean? Okay. Like we rotate, she will be like, let's go to some restaurant that's probably boring. And I'm like, let's go to some exotic erotic thing, like, we're very different. So our tastes are very different.
They're like complementary to each other, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Because if it was all one way.
Yeah, we would, our child would be in CPS. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be balance in your body, in yourself, and in your relationships. You know what I mean?
Gems. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Are you in any relationships? Are you single? What are you doing?
I got stuff going on.
That sounds like I got like 3 situationships. I got like 4 flirtationships, and like I got an FWB.
I've never heard flirtationship. Okay. So interesting. So I have lost all of my partners in Portland.
Oh.
I guess when I left.
Oh.
Which is interesting because it kind of tells me something. Like, I thought we had like more close connections than that, but we didn't.
Oh.
I guess.
Did you not talk to them about it? Like, what do you mean?
I've
like, soon as you moved away, they were like...
When I was moving, I had a stint
Okay.
When I knew I was leaving, there was like this point in time where it was like, all right, I only got a month left or however long it was. And it seemed like people was coming out the woodworks during that time. And then like while I was here, like some came and went. But then like coming back, I was like, you know what, maybe I don't want to like try and reconnect with people. Because even being gone, it was like, damn, you know, not like some people didn't even, hey, how are you?
Oh, they didn't check up on you.
Yeah. Like, in all fairness, I didn't check on them either. But it would have seemed weird to me to reach out, hey, I'm back in Portland, right?
Yeah,
so
let me see you again. Well, it could be like a comment situation.
It could have. I got actually, there was somebody who broke up with me over a video.
Over a videotape? What do you mean?
She
Videotape,
said,
like a VHS videotape?
No,
like, what you talking
she
about?
sent me a video via text and was like, hey, I don't want to sound like I'm making fun of her, but we could have had a conversation about this. I didn't even know
a breakup video.
It was like a breakup video, and I'm ending whatever this is before it turns into anything. I was like, this look on my face. I was so confused. I was like, I didn't know we were together. How you breaking up with me?
Oh wow!
So I just responded because any way that I would have wanted to respond would have been like a re-engagement.
Oh.
So I just was like, thank you for taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Which is so passive aggressive, but I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
When people are told no, it's like, oh, just say thank you for.
When
taking
people
care
say
of
mean
yourself.
things to us on Sex Down South, you know what I say?
What?
Thank you for your feedback. Period.
And leave it at
and
that.
that's it.
But yeah, as far as like locally, no. But yeah, comment partners. I have comment partners.
Okay.
So if I go somewhere, there might be someone that I work with. Yeah. But
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of feel like my lifestyle doesn't let me have relationships or be able to really like maintain them, because I think it takes like a really special kind of person to, I'm trying to avoid saying put up with, but like I tell everybody, like, listen, I ain't got no car. I technically ain't got no job. Like, it ain't too much I can do for you, and I work a lot. Like, this is also work,
right?
And
absolutely.
even just like what I do for work also can seem threatening to someone who may not understand or like be in the field. So that's another component. And so much of this shit, like I meet a lot of people through my nonprofit podcast, but I can't. There's an ethics line.
Yeah.
I gotta like not engage. So that's probably the hardest part of it. Is the way that I meet the most people is also a place where I can't really like go into relationships. So yeah, I don't really leave the house. I go out and like if I'm invited to a thing, I'll go to like dancing stuff periodically, concerts and shit like that.
Oh, you like to dance? Do you do like salsa dancing or anything like that?
I just two-step.
I just two-step.
Not saying no two-step. Salsa dancing, I always like miss though, because one thing that I want to prioritize more of is going to rope classes. And like we talked about how there's places that do different workshops and things like that here. And so I'm wanting to put more time into those things. So,
you want to tie people or be tied?
Tie people.
Oh, okay.
So in learning to tie people, I've been tied to know, all right, I don't like this shit, but I want to know like what it feels like for them.
Yeah.
So I'll just...
It's the pressure. It feels really good. I feel like it's a lot of it is the pressure, stress relief. I think hitting some of those main sort of muscles. Like, I think I haven't had the opportunity to be like tied, but I think I would really, really enjoy it. You know?
Yeah.
I like pressure though.
The tying part is sort of meditative because I think like, I think about like shapes and symmetry, and when I'm tying, I want to make things even and stuff, and so it's like I'm fixing something, and so it becomes like real meditative, and then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, look at that symmetry, and then whoever's being tied is like, oh, this feels good. I'm like, all right, I gotta take it off now. And they're like, oh,
no, yeah. Yeah, I think I probably would want to like stay in the tie. Like if I could be tied and just be like horizontal.
Take like a little meditation.
Yeah, just like
Just be chilling.
Yeah.
But I'm learning. I think I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, almost 2 years. And I'd say that I'm comfortable enough to know things like not too much pressure on certain parts of the body, things to ask a person before. What else? It's a lot of like small.
You have to think about peeing and stuff too, though.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Ahead of time. And depending on how long you want to be tied up, I didn't think about that. I know like basics. I made Esther take a rope class with me one time. It was actually with Luna and my other friend Saifa. And I was like, oh, I want to take this rope class. She was like, I'll be doing the tie. I was like, okay. Okay.
That works out for you though.
I know, right?
That's what you want.
It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, Portland is such a great place too for the Kink community, because Kink Fest is also here.
Yeah, they rejected me.
Really? For what? What'd you present, or what'd you propose?
I proposed, I think, a couple workshops.
Oh.
But I think
interesting.
I think they rejected me based on my needs.
Okay.
So they were kind of like, we're a nonprofit. We don't have any money. And I'm like, well, that's bullshit. But
I
fine.
know, yeah, like, as a nonprofit, I know that I can get money. So any nonprofit that says we don't have money, I do believe that's bullshit.
Right. I'm like, you get grants and things, right? If you're a nonprofit, you're that. But anyway, I think Luna and I both got rejected. And I was like, oh, this is interesting.
So that makes me wonder who's going to be there then.
Well, so here's the thing too, like Viola, who did the Kink tastings there. Do you have a recycling?
Oh yeah, it's set it on the table. I'll put it in there.
Okay.
Because it's under the microwave.
Okay. Yeah. Luna also had gotten rejected, so I don't know if it was just like our needs were too great, or or maybe they were just like, your shit sucks. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, they might not like our shit. I don't know. You never know.
Oh, we got somebody for that already.
I'm always curious as to why I get rejected. I think I've gotten rejected maybe a couple times.
See if I get rejected. I applied.
Huh?
I applied. I was like, yeah, I live here, so.
Yeah. Oh, you applied? Yeah. Oh, was it
present
at Kink Fest
this year or for next year? Yep.
Oh, did they already do? It's already, the applications are out, or did they already?
Yes, they are accepting workshops now. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about you got rejected. I was like, damn, they ain't even telling me.
Yeah, last year. No.
Yeah, so this year. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna check them out. Because I was supposed to go last year, and I got approved to have like a table at lunch to have like a discussion group. And then they told me like a little bit before, like, oh, you don't have a ticket? You gotta buy a ticket, but we're sold out. And then they removed it, and then someone told me about a scholarship application. I was like, but they said they don't have tickets, but they have tickets under the scholarship. So I applied for the scholarship, got the ticket, and there were all these like expectations, and I reached out about the expectations. I was like, hey, so there's gonna be like a ceremony. They wanted to shout you out on social media for you to say something on social media. So I reached out because it was like the day of, and I hadn't heard anything. I was like, hey, when's the opening ceremony? I gotta work today, but I can be there this afternoon. Nothing. And so I was just like, all right, I guess I can't go. It was wild, but it was a very last minute thing. I find out about shit last minute.
Yeah.
But now I know what to look out for. I'm learning what to look out for. So this is I forgot where it's recorded. Behind the scenes.
I know, right? You might want to not record anymore.
Yeah.
I can stop the recording now.
That was cool.